I developed called Selfiesage. It is a way to give yourself a great massage. Oftentimes people don't get as much body work as they need because they don't have the time or the money to do so. Selfiesage shows you a way where you can massage yourself anytime, anywhere, and there isn't any ongoing cost. Today I'll be showing you a quick introduction, and I'm going to begin by going over some of the common reasons why people don't enjoy giving themselves a massage. The first group of reasons is that people experience massage as pain transfer. And what I mean by that is that the part of you that gives the massage often feels the pain after you're done. So my way to address this is to look at the ways that people massage themselves. Often they'll squeeze, which utilizes grip strength. And we don't always have a lot of grip strength, so it's important to combine that with other forms of massage, which I call the no-hand massage technique. And it's exactly that, just learning how to use different parts of you that don't require your hands. The next reason why people feel pain transfer is because they often push and flex at the wrist. And when you do too much flexion without anti-flexion, you'll feel pain there. My way of dealing with this is a technique what I call massaging with the back of the hand, or wrist down dogs. And you literally are massaging with the back of your wrist, and it actually feels really good. The third type of pain transfer people feel is because they're often pushing without doing a lot of pulling. And in Selfiesage, you're going to be learning a technique that I call pulsage. What this means is that you're going to be pulling with an equal quantity that you push. So every time you push, you're also going to pull. And by doing that, you'll utilize your arm musculature in an even and balanced way. The fourth type of pain that people feel is what I call the massage actually feeling painful instead of feeling relaxing. And this is often caused because we're tensing one part of our body, and the part of us receiving the massage is also tensing up. We're unable to relax against our own pressure. So I developed a way to deal with this, what I call sinking in using your breath. You can think of your body as a full balloon. When it's full of air, it's harder to press into. But when you exhale, you're able to sink in. And there's a bit of a psychological effect with that. So I always teach people to inhale and then press on the exhale. And often this will help the body relax into your own touch. And you'll be learning some other methods as well. But that is what we'll cover today in our introduction. The next set of things you'll be learning, in addition to avoiding feeling pain when you're giving yourself a massage, is to utilize what I call mechanical advantages. These will be a set of techniques that allow you to massage yourself, providing greater pressure without added strength. The first group of these techniques are called levers. Whenever you have a hinge in your body, you have a built-in lever. And this type of lever is similar to a nutcracker. All you do is you get as close as you can to the hinge, and when you compress, you feel the mechanical advantage of that added pressure without increased strength. The second type of levers is similar to a crowbar. You turn your arm into a tool, starting off at a flatter position, and as you crowbar up, you're getting a nice deep pressure right against the edge at that pivot point. And there's a lot of different ways we can go from there. The next set of mechanical advantages will be utilizing gravity. I love these techniques. So with this, let's take a look at the way we're sitting. We need to always have our hips above our knees so that we're able to lean in. So I'm just going to take this pillow and get myself a little bit higher. Once you're in a better position, you want to kind of come to the edge of your seat so you're able to do what I call leaning. With this position, you can lean in, and then again, it's important to also lean back. As you lean back, you're balancing out your strength. Now, in addition to leaning in and leaning out, the second technique utilizing gravity is what I call stacking. And this is simply stacking your body parts on top of each other. So I have 4 things stacked up, and the more you stack, the more pressure you feel beneath the point. So if I wanted to massage my leg, but it wasn't getting enough pressure, I can stack another body part on top, and that greatly increases the pressure without utilizing more strength. So now that we've gone over these basic moves, let's get started. So when giving myself a head-to-toe selfie-sage session, I typically will go from top to bottom if I'm wanting to feel relaxed and grounded, and I'll go from bottom to top if I want to energize and move my energy up. Typically, I also try to work up and down the body versus left, right. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to do it in the left-right direction. Additionally, this particular episode is going to be for the students of the Essence workshop. So instead of going from head to toe, I'm actually going to start at the neck, go all the way down, and then end with the head to create a circular energy flow. So let's start with the neck. Now when we get into the neck, we can use a crowbar style lever by simply holding our arm and hooking it onto our shoulder. And as we do that, we lean in and move into the point of pressure. And we can also do a cross fiber friction or go with the muscle fiber. What that means is that the muscle actually attaches at the base of the occiput and connects down into the clavicle. So the muscle is going in this direction. If we massage this way, we're going against the muscle fiber. If we massage this way, we're going with the muscle fiber. So it's always best to start going with the muscle fiber because it's a little bit gentler. So again, in addition to using my hand similar to a crowbar, I'm also going to add in a bit of fascial stretching. And we do this by, I'm going to basically be scooping my hand down as my neck turns away. So we're going to go, and again I can support my arm and also add in the breath. Inhale, exhale. And move the point of pressure just slightly forward each time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Next we'll do the front of the neck. And again, we're just going to start down and scoop down as we go up. Again, this is a bit of fascial stretching. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, we're going to do this side of the neck. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Add in some cross fiber friction. If you're feeling that it's too much of a rubbing feeling, you can put a little bit of oil on, but the rubbing feeling is actually moving the fascia, which is really great for you. And it actually gets a lot easier as well. Okay, so we're just gonna do a couple more of the cross fiber. Then we're gonna come to the back of the neck. Okay, so from here, you're gonna lock your fingers together and bring your thumbs together. And again, you're going to move into the point of pressure by turning your neck into your thumb. Inhale. Exhale. And do the other side. Inhale. Exhale. And then we're going to end with a squeeze, simply by locking your fingers together and squeezing your neck. And turn. You can squeeze together with your thumbs as well. Alright, with that, shake out your hands. And we're going to move down to the shoulder. The shoulder can be done by hooking, and you can actually assist the arm that's hooking with the other hand. So you're going to simply inhale and twist and pull forward. Again, we're using our whole body. Instead of just pulling with our arm, we're supporting our arm and we're pulling with the entire body. Inhaling back, exhaling forward. Next, what we're going to do is rotate against the point of pressure. So we're going to take our arms and swim backwards. And you can move your hand in a couple different spots. You can also move your arm in different angles. And that will change things. Then we're going to move to the underside of the arm and get into the teres muscle group, the teres major, teres minor, and the whole connective tissue on the bottom. And again, we're going to hook and go up. Hook. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then we end with the top of the shoulder. We're simply going to put our elbow on our knee and bring our hand forward and back. And we can twist against that direction and go with it. You can always find different positions that are comfortable, but when you lean forward, you're able to get more focus on just this body part. All right, next we're going to use our lever. And we're also going to give our hand and wrist a little bit of massage because we've just been using that a little bit, while also massaging our biceps and our forearm. I like to tuck the hand beneath my chin and press down, and then scoop and twist with the hand. Again, this actually feels really good on my hand as well as my arm. And then go in both directions. You kind of lose the pressure as you go up. So for that part, you might want to just do cross fiber friction. But again, it's actually a nice hand massage and arm massage at the same time. And then go down the forearm on all sides. Ending with the hand. We're not going to do too much. Mostly I'm just going to show you to shake out the hand. And we'll do a couple of other techniques where we're massaging with the hand and massaging the hand itself at the same time. Okay, so now let's do the other shoulder. Again, we're going to start by hooking, supporting our arm, and rolling our shoulders. And turning it forward. And again, I'm just kind of walking my fingers over. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Next, we're going to do rotations against the point of pressure. Kind of a backward swim. Walk your fingers. Inhale. Exhale. And then we come around to the underside of the arm, scooping, pulling forward. Inhale. And exhale. And exhale. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to come to the top of the arm. And again, we're going to do some squeezing and some forearm. This is what I call a mutual massage technique because both parts are getting massaged. And I put a little bit of oil on earlier, which helps with the glide. If you have less glide, you're simply getting more of a fascial stretch, which is also good. You just have to go slower. So whenever you're feeling friction, go slower. Or if you don't like that feeling, you can add a little bit of oil. Either case, know that you're getting a benefit. Then we're going to do our levered move. And again, massaging my hand as well as my arm. Some mutual massage. And then shake out the hand. So I promised you we'd get more into the hands, and we're going to do that next by doing what I call a sit-sage. So we're going to sit on our hands, and if your surface area is firmer, I've done this on actually hard wooden chairs and it feels great, you're going to get more pressure on both the sit bones and the fingers. So what you want to do is you want to come to the edge of the seat so you have more direct pressure. Your hands are right beneath your sit bones, which is also where your hamstrings attach. And you're just going to kind of do a little wiggle massage. And this feels really good on the fingers. So I'm getting a mutual massage. I'm massaging the attachment points of the hamstring as well as the fingers. And getting a little bit of release in the lower back as well. If you straighten your legs more, the pressure is a little bit greater, or however you want to angle it depending on the way your hips are in the seat, and you just find that spot that feels good for you. Alright, so now we're ready to massage the hamstrings. So once we've released the attachment of the hamstrings, let's actually come into the back of the leg. And we can use a fist and glide down. Again, inhaling and exhaling as you glide. Or you can use a spread finger, which actually, again, is another way for me to massage my hand as I'm massaging my leg. And this is a little bit of a lighter pressure on my leg, but it's also getting more into the fascial adhesions, which is really needed. And again, you can come forward, giving yourself a little bit more gravity. Now, if you are not as flexible, you may find this to be a difficult position. And there's a couple things you can do. First is that you can get a pillow and support your knee. Because sometimes people can't come all the way back. Maybe you're just like in this position. So wherever you're at, just kind of support yourself there. So maybe you're only able to go back this far, and then you would support your knee and just go into the back of your leg like this. And then you can, again, come into the back of the leg with the pillow. So again, take an inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And just kind of move on along different strips. Again, if this position is still too difficult for you, we'll show you a couple other ways to do it. All right, let's get to the next section. Now we're going to get into the side, top, and inner part of the thigh. So we're going to start with the lateral side, getting into the IT band, and we're just going to gently glide forward. Again, if you're wearing pants or if it's too difficult to glide, you can always just do pressure points. And this might be easier to sit a little bit further back on your chair so that it's easier to balance. And then you come to the top. You can either glide or do pressure points. And if you'll notice, I'm not using the pointy part of my elbow, I'm using the forearm. So again, inhale and exhale. You can also straighten your leg to reduce the pressure, or come up a little higher and flex, and your muscles are basically more taut, so it'll make it feel a little bit more intense. You come into the adductors, the medial quads. Again, inhale, exhale. And with this, I'm leaning in, and I'm also going to do a supported arm or a stack. Inhale, exhale. And here I'm doing a windshield wiper type move. I'm just pushing my arm. So this becomes my massage prop, my tool. And this hand is where the power is coming from as I lean in and turn. Feels good. And then we come into the calf, and again, some pressure points. And I'm also going to do my wrist down dogs so that I'm not over flexing the wrists. Inhale and sink in. Again, this feels great on my hand. And you can actually bring your fingers up and give your whole back of your hand a nice stretch. the foot. I like to do my elbow right into the arch. Inhale, exhale. And again I'm going to do a windshield wiper move. And then I do some pressure points on the ball of the foot. Inhaling and exhaling. And double up. And kind of twisting. Another great stress reliever is massaging the feet. You can end with a little bit of pressure points on the ball, the toes. Again, I typically spend a lot more time sinking into all these parts, but I just want to give you a brief overview. So now onto the other leg. We can again come into the what I call reverse sitting position. It's a really great way to stretch out your lower back and get the psoas to stretch. Psoas is a muscle that connects our thigh through our stomach to our lumbar. And oftentimes if sitting hurts your back, it's because this muscle is tight. So as we come in to do the back of the leg massage, we're also stretching that psoas and helping our backs out. Especially since we're sitting for a little while, I want you to do a little bit of reverse sitting so that you don't feel back pain. Inhale and glide. Whenever you use a straight arm, it's going to be less strength. It's a bit of a rest. Whenever you use a bent arm, it's a little bit more work. Again, add in some finger stretches. Always loving those hands. Getting that fascia to stretch. Stretching the fascia will help with stretch marks as well as cellulite, getting those adhesions to break up. Using the palm. And again, I'm stretching my back. Okay, so next we're going to do the side of the leg, support ourselves, and again we can do a straight arm and glide, or we can do pressure points and windshield wiper, or just static pressure. Always breathing. And then onto the top of the thighs. Inhale. Again, I'm assisting my arm with my other hand. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Then onto the adductors and then medial quads. I'm going to add in a little stretch because I'm feeling like my back needs it. So I'm going to stretch. Inhale. And again, I'm going to do some static moves with the back twist. So you can see what I'm doing. And that twisting motion is helping me get deeper into the leg. And then we can go back to the straight position. Inhale, exhale, sink in. Inhale, sink in, lean forward. Then we're going to go to the calf. Practice some of our wrist down dogs. Do a little pulling on the anterior tibialis. Helps to kind of trap the foot. Kind of doing a little bit of a crunch to really pull in. You can also do it straight. Pulling away from the bone, I feel, is the most effective. And adding in a little twist. And again, just so we get a little bit more pulling to balance out all the pushing we've done, we're going to pull back on the thighs using a squeeze. Bringing the energy up. And then we're going to do it again with our forearms. Again, some more pulling. Bring the energy up. Okay, now we're ready to end with our scalp massage. Might be easier to take your hair down, and so you can get into the scalp better. And you want to start by just moving the energy. So I call this just scrubbing the scalp. And you want to start at the hairline and just scrub all the way back. Once you kind of woke up your scalp, head into the temples and the whole side of the head and scrub the sides. Kind of going around the ear and then into the occiput. You'll feel a little ridge in the back of your head. Mess up your hair so you look cute. And then we're going to do some pressure points right along the ridge of the crown. Excuse me. So we're just gonna do some pressure points. I kind of do like a pressure and a wiggle. So just kind of hold a spot and then wiggle the scalp. And just keep coming around, press and wiggle. Again, these are very stimulating movements so we can energize. And then we're just going to do a face massage. We're going to take our thumbs, bringing our fingers together, and go right over the top of our brow ridge. When you have that feeling of having heavy eyes, this is really great. And then we're going to do a spread across the forehead. Inhale. And come all the way down. And you're just going to spread all the way down the whole face. This also opens up the sinuses. We'll do a couple more with the index finger to open up the sinuses. And then we're going to end with just kind of called bird beak pecks, or finger walking. And then end by massaging your ears. This feels really great. There's so many different nerve endings in the ear. And then end a little stretch. And the last thing to do is to give yourself a hug and say thank you for giving me a great massage. Thank you everyone for joining us in our mini intro to Selfiesage. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And if you want to join us in the next video, we'll have a link below. Thank you.